clothing industry.
Yeah.
And, you know, clothes hang better on girls that don't have breasts. They, you know, they just look better. So that's that. And, you know, and that's the aging.
Yeah.
I can't stand that, because we also used to look at women like Diane von Furstenberg and like really glamorous older women and want to be like them on a yacht with diamonds, you know, at 40 or 50 and go, she's so fabulous. I hope I grow up to be her. And so it changes. It does change, even though we think that there's this youth culture, and it actually keeps changing. It'll change again.
I hope so, because it scares me when, you know, you, and I'm sure you find this too, you walk up to somebody and you think, God, I feel like I know them.
Yes.
And then you get up real close and you go, oh my God, oh my God, I do know them, and what have they done to their face? Because it's all smooth here, and then you see the neck, and it's like a ringwood tree. You know what I mean? Because you can count it on the hands.
Yes, the hands.
So it's and so folks get Botoxed and put stuff in their system, and they also resort to trying to take their bodies out. I mean, that's to me what it sort of comes down to.
And you know, I just pray that I have the self-confidence that I don't ever resort to plastic surgery.
I will call you.
That's really all it is.
No, I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
If there was something out of place
I
on
think
your...
Ellen will be calling me before you.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, she'll see it first.
Yeah, she's not going to fly.
Yeah, no. It's not necessary.
It's not necessary. It's just, I don't know why we're all trying to look like everyone else. Like, the thing that makes you beautiful is the thing that makes you unique.
Your individuality, yes.
You know, your shape, the hair, the way it grows out of your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is how you're supposed to be.
Yeah. We're each supposed to be one of a kind. Yes.
Stated that you were doing the commercial, the hair commercial, and you would say, because I'm worth it, but you didn't feel worth it. When did you start to feel worth it? When was your turning point?
I think today. No. Relatively today. You know, I mean, my turning point, probably when I came out, honestly. I think before that, when I came out, and also doing Arrested Development, because I realized that I
love that show, sorry.
Wasn't it great?
I loved it.
I realized that actually what I did was more important than how I looked, and it was just little things that made me gradually become more accepting of who I am. Look, I still struggle from time to time with those kinds of issues. I think we all do, right?
Yeah.
It's just weird, you know. It's weird when you're sitting in front of a whole lot of people and you think, God, I hope what I'm saying is important enough to bring all these people together tonight. You know, I mean, there's still...
Yeah.
Don't make me cry. I've cried on every talk show so far. Don't make me cry. But, you know, I mean, but I'm in a much better place, and it's just getting older is good, you know, too. It is.
Yes, it is, I have to say. See, the issues that you were dealing with, in a funny way, in our industry, I say "are" because now I'm sort of tippy-toeing into movies again, but it's, you know, for years it's like, well, you know, I'm not going to look like that. People would say, well, can we do something with your face?
To you?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That surprises me.
Listen.
I feel like you're one of those very few actresses that are so uniquely you and so embraced.
Well,
just
that's
for
what
who
I
you are.
thought.
All right?
That's what I thought. But once I had a manager.
Well, they want the Whoopi, but 10 years ago.
Yeah, you know, and you know, I had a manager once who gave me for Christmas, or actually it was for Hanukkah, gave me any facial surgery I wanted. That was his Christmas present. I didn't know what to do.
Fire him?
No, because he was giving me a lot of work.
Right. I get it.
You know, but it was, I think, the first time for me that I understood that P.S. You know that thing, P.S. I love you, but now change?
Yeah.
That was, in the 80s, at least for me, that was what I started to recognize. And this idea of who was on the magazine covers and who the movie stars were and what they were supposed to look like, you know, it is a constant struggle, because you think, okay, I know I'm never going to look like that, but can I get close to it? And then a little bell goes off in my head and says, yeah, sure. Yeah, of course you can. Go get the bag of potato chips, shut up. And that's what I do, and I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But it's so... why you didn't fall into that trap is... I don't know. Everybody else does. Everybody does. I say that to Ellen, too.
I didn't know I could. It never occurred to me that right. I could do it any other way but this.
Well, you know? The other thing, too, is that because you're incredibly funny and smart, and people have responded to your talent, I think, you know, what you look like is probably very secondary when you think about your career.
Yes.
But see, you know... the problem is that the big money comes with the pretty face and the skinny body and the leading ladies. I mean, you know, Julia Roberts is making a hell of a lot more money than Gabby Sidibe will make. It's just that's just the way it is. You know, and that's the problem. It's kind of like the big money jobs for actors or the leading man, leading lady.
And maybe that's why we all feel in our respective places, whether we're working at the Apple store or working at some store in there, that we have to maybe look a certain way, or over at The View or on some soap, that no one can actually be comfortable enough these days to just say, I'm me, I feel pretty damn good. But I have to tell you, darling, this isn't a remarkable start. And I'm telling y'all, pick this book up. Get this book. Get it on the you know, the iTunes book thing. You know, because I love my iTunes, so I try to do everything. Or, you know, go and pick it up, physically get it, but get it. Because it's not, as it turns out, just Portia's story. It's all of our stories, because we're all in here. And one way or another, this is all of us. And she's really the only one at the moment that's got the cojones to come out and say, this is what it is. I tell you, I couldn't wait to come, because it knocked me out. The book knocked me out. And I gave it to my kid.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and she'll give it to her daughters and stuff. Thanks. More questions? I'm sorry.
We have time for 2 more, and I have one right here for you.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Portia.
Hi.
Thank you for seeing us all here tonight. Portia, you mentioned earlier that you felt pressure in your professional career with regards to your sexuality and the openness. How does that contrast to the pressure you felt in your high school years, and how did you deal with that pressure back in the Geelong days?
You're not from Geelong, are you?
I'm from St. Leonard's.
Wow.
15 minutes out.
Wow. Well, I really didn't know that I was gay as a teenager. I mean, I knew that there was something up with me, but I didn't really struggle with my sexuality until I was maybe in college. And when I decided that I was gay, I came out to my friends. They didn't really care, and I dated somebody briefly, and then I started acting.